Hey guys, welcome to Cyborg Kitty. Today we are going to talk about writing up a function to do the title case algorithm. It's one of the Codecamp JavaScript algorithm assignments. So first of all, I'm just going to give you a brief analysis on step-by-step analysis on how we're going to write that function, and then use that steps as a reference to write the code. So the goal is to create a sentence where the first letter of each word in that sentence is capitalized and the rest of the words are in lowercase. So for the input of the function, we have a string. I'm just going to take the example of this one. I'm a little teapot. So this is the initial input. So first thing we want to do is just make sure the case sensitivity is all gone from the sentence. So we want to convert the oh, 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 whole string to lowercase. That's what we want to do first. And once we do that, now what we have at this step is, let's call it a step one. What we have at this step is everything is in smaller case. So something like this. I'm a little teapot. So that's what we got as our first step. So now the next thing we want to do is it's still a string. So it's now still considered as a one whole joined object. So what we want to do is we want to make somehow break it into words. So we're going to do it by using split with a space. We're going to split the sentence with the space as the character because sentence is nothing but a collection of words that are joined by space. So we're going to split it with the space, and then that will result in an array of different words. So let me just write that down so we have an idea what's happening to the input string at each step. So we'll get something like this. We'll have an array of I am a little teapot. So now what we have to do on the next step is somehow apply logic on each single word in that array of words and make sure the first character is capitalized. So in order to do this, I am using a map function. What map function does is it pretty much we write a callback function logic that calling it an each element as x. So we're going to do some logic here. So what map function does is takes this logic and applies it to each single element in the array. That way, you can also do this by writing a for loop, but I just want to introduce how map function works for you guys. That way you have an idea of it as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to write a logic here. And in here, the callback function, we're just calling each element that's passed to that function as x. You can call it any variable. I'm just calling it x. So first thing we're going to do is let's create a temporary variable where we're going to save our first character. In order to break down a string, I'm using the method slice. What slice does is in the slice method, you can give a starting point and an end point. And the resulting value, it starts from the starting index and then goes up to the, oh, my bad, uh, goes up to the end point, but not does not include the end point. So let's say, for example, if you give the starting index as 0 and you want it to go till 2, it means you want the characters up to including index 2. You want to say 3 because what slice does, it goes up to the third point but does not include the third point. So if you want 0 to 2, you would say 3 there. But in this particular case, we just want the first character of that word. So what we do is we say, hey, I want 0, whatever is on the spot 0, which would be the first character. Don't include the next one, so we just say 1. So it just slices up the first character and saves it in this temporary variable. The next thing we're going to do is add the second, get a second temporary variable and same slice, but this time we're just going to do the opposite of it. Instead of taking the first character, we want to omit the first character and get the rest of the word. In order to do that, we're just going to say 1. When no endpoint is mentioned in a slice method, what it does is it starts from the index point, pretty much just keeps going on until it hits the end of the string. So just by saying 1, we'll be able to get the rest of the word. Now that we got both, what we want this callback function to do is return temporary 1 plus temporary 2. This is almost like a string concatenation that happens here. You're just adding both strings. And so now you have this first capitalized character. Let me give you an example. So let's say we pass the little word to this. What happens is it slices the first character, and then you have the second one. It slices the ITTL. But if you observe, even though by adding both, we are still getting LITTLE, this is not capitalized yet. So in order to do that, we're just going to convert it using to uppercase method, and that will give us the first letter capitalized. So this will be converted into capital L, and what you will have is LITTLE return. So this same logic pretty much applies to each and every element in the array that's been taken care of by the map function method. So after that, what map method does is map method returns the array, new array. It doesn't apply these changes to the array that it's passed. It actually returns a whole new array with this logic applied to it. So we're going to save that array in, let's say, array words, right? So now what we have is we took this array as input and we applied this logic, and now we have the first character all capitalized in this array of new words. Okay, so we're almost there. Now we got an array which satisfies the main logic that we want to achieve. All we have to do is rejoin them, pretty much reverse of breaking it. We just want to rejoin it. And in order to rejoin it, we're going to use join. And we're going to join it with space. What does that is, that pretty much just joins all the words together with space in between them, pretty much a sentence. And we're going to return this value. That's it. Voila. There we go. We are done. So let's just write up these steps up here and actually see if it runs. So we're going to take the first string as input, and let's just create an array of words. I'm just calling it an array of words, the variable. And now we're going to take the string, and first thing we're going to do is convert the whole string to lowercase. So in order to do that, I'm using the method to lowercase. This will convert the string to lowercase and then break it into words. So that is done by split. So we're going to use split and split it with space. That way now we have an array of words which are all in lowercase under saved in array words. So rather than creating a new variable, what I'm just doing is I'm just saving it in array words itself. So we're going to do map function. So array underscore words dot map, and then let's write our callback function here. Callback function, each variable called x, and what we want to do to that. So it's pretty much the same logic that we wrote up here. It takes the temporary variable 1, slices it, takes the first character, converts it to uppercase. Then we have a second temporary variable where we are slicing the string and saving the rest of the string in there, and then returning, adding the both together. So there we go. So now at this point, what we have is an array of words where the first character of the words is uppercase and the rest of them is lower. So in order to do the final return, because the return is a string, or we are going to return an actual sentence and not an array, what we're going to do is we're going to take the same array words and then join them with a space. There we go. So this is all you need to do to achieve this function. That being said, if you can want to use the for loop, please go ahead and give it a try as well. There are different variations to doing this. The only reason why I use map is so I can actually introduce the map method to you as well while working on this assignment. Once again, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you do like my video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do want more videos from me, do subscribe to my channel, Cyborg Kitty. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, my username is __ Cyborg Kitty. Oop, let me just write that down there for any of you interested. Alright, so that's it for this video. I'll see you on my next video. I'm doing a series on free code camp tutorials. So yeah, enjoy and keep coding. I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.